Happy Thursday. We have been in the book of Hosea, the first 3 chapters. We're recounting the saga with Gomer. 11 chapters follow. In those 11 chapters, Hosea further explores and develops the idea that his marriage is going to introduce, all the contrasts that are being made here. And we also read where he alerts people that because of their sin, they are going to be defeated. Israel is going to fall. And he assures them that if they will repent, right, if they will turn back to God, that God will take them back. He will send a new messianic king from the line of David to secure that blessing. So there's more to follow. What are we supposed to take away? I want today to drive home one big point, and I think it is the main point. And that is that the book of Hosea illustrates the way we treat God. We are Gomer. I had a friend preach at Christ Church a number of years ago, Mark Laberton, and he shared a story that he had heard about some Silicon Valley young wunderkind who had, $50 billion and was flying around in first class, but there was somebody in the plane that had a baby, and the baby was crying, and it really bummed him out. And he realized that his goal in life has got to be to avoid people who bum me out. And as Mark was listening to this guy talk about this, he thought, what a jerk. You are a jerk. Like, who do you think you are? And then he thought, well, wait a minute. I try to avoid people that bum me out also. We all tend to try and avoid people who bum us out. So we often don't see ourselves. And so that's what goes on in a lot of the parables and a lot of the stories. You can imagine somebody going to Hosea and saying, Hosea, how long are you going to put up with this? How long are you going to let this woman treat you this way? How long are you going to, are you just going to be taken for granted? Like, when are you going to face the situation? And you can imagine Hosea looking at them and saying, well, you know what? That's a great question, but it's actually the question that I am here to ask you. God lifted you out of slavery. God lifted Israel out of slavery. I lifted Gomer out of slavery. God led Israel to Mount Sinai and then entered into a covenant with us. I entered into a covenant with her. Israel took all the wealth that God had given to her, and Israel has given it to other gods. Gomer took all the wealth that I have given to her, and she has given herself to other men. God has appealed for Israel to come back. I have appealed for Gomer to come back. I get the question, Hosea says. I get the question. I get the question. You have to wonder, how much longer should I put up with this? But I am going to ask you the real question. How much longer do you expect God to put up with your unfaithfulness? You are Gomer. So Christianity suggests that the best metaphor to describe our relationship with God is marriage. I don't know of any other faith that suggests this. There are other faiths that sort of suggest king-servant or master-slave. I don't know of others that suggest husband and wife. So in light of that, we need to understand we're all married. Spiritually speaking, there are no single people. We are all married to God. We have entered into a covenant relationship with God. So the question to be asking is, am I faithfully married, or am I prostituting myself? Adultery is the analogy God uses to describe when we love something, someone, something else besides God first. Have a good day.